Gintama Yoshiwara in Flames anime film February 13th, 2026 release date announced. What if I told you that one of anime's most legendary arcs is getting the red carpet treatment it deserves? And your February just got a whole lot more interesting. Yeah, buckle up because Gintama is coming back to theaters, and this time, it's bringing fire. Literally. Hey everyone, welcome back to Anime's Update. If you're as hyped as I am about this news, do me a solid and smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next in the anime world. Alright, let's dive into this. On February 13th, 2026, we're getting the Gintama Yoshiwara in Flames anime film. And honestly, if you've been sleeping on Gintama, this is your wake-up call served with a side of emotional devastation and comedy gold. This isn't just another recap movie. This is the Yoshiwara in Flames arc, one of the most beloved and critically acclaimed storylines in the entire Gintama universe, getting the full cinematic treatment. And when I say full cinematic treatment, I mean we're talking enhanced animation, probably some extra scenes, and that signature Gintama blend of making you ugly cry 1 minute and laugh until your sides hurt the next. Now, for those of you who somehow haven't experienced the chaos that is Gintama, let me paint you a picture. Imagine a show that can seamlessly go from parodying every anime trope you've ever seen to delivering some of the most gut-wrenching, emotional storytelling in the medium. It's like if a comedy roast and a Shakespeare tragedy had a baby, and that baby was raised by samurai in feudal Japan, but also aliens invaded. Yeah, it's that kind of wild ride. And the Yoshiwara in Flames arc? That's where Gintama flexes its dramatic muscles hard. So what makes this arc so special that it deserves its own movie? Great question. Yoshiwara in Flames introduces us to one of the series' most compelling characters, Tsukuyo, and takes us deep into the underground world of Yoshiwara, the red light district. But this isn't just some surface-level exploration. We're talking about themes of freedom, oppression, and what it means to fight for those who can't fight for themselves. Our boy Jintoki and the gang find themselves tangled in a conflict involving the Night King Housen, a villain so terrifying he makes your average shounen antagonist look like a playground bully. The arc has everything: intense action sequences, emotional depth that hits you right in the feels, and of course, those trademark Gintama moments where they somehow make you care deeply about characters you just met. Here's where it gets even better. This movie is being handled by BN Pictures, the same studio that's been crushing it with recent Gintama projects. These are the folks who understand the assignment. They know that Gintama fans expect quality. They expect that perfect balance of comedy and drama, and they expect animation that does justice to Hideaki Surachi's incredible manga panels. And from what we're hearing, they're pulling out all the stops for this one. We're not just getting a stretched-out TV episode here. This is theatrical quality, baby. Now let's talk about timing, because February 13th is interesting for a few reasons. First off, it's right around Valentine's Day, which is hilariously appropriate considering Yoshiwara in Flames deals with themes of love, loyalty, and sacrifice, just, with more swords and explosions than your typical romance story. Second, it gives us something to look forward to during what's typically a slower season for anime releases. Winter is coming, but instead of dreading it, we've got a reason to celebrate. But here's what really gets me excited about this announcement. The Gintama franchise has always been about doing things on its own terms. It doesn't follow trends, it sets them. It doesn't pander, it challenges. And by choosing to adapt one of its most serious and beloved arcs into a feature film, it's showing that there's still a hunger for anime that trusts its audience to handle complex emotions and mature storytelling. In an era where so many properties are getting watered down or rushed through production, Gintama is taking its time, doing it right, and giving fans exactly what they've been begging for. And let's be real for a second. If you've never watched Gintama because you heard it has over 300 episodes and felt intimidated, this movie could actually be your entry point. Sure, you'll miss some context and character development, but Yoshiwara in Flames is relatively self-contained, and it showcases everything that makes Gintama special. It's like a greatest hits album that also happens to tell one incredible story. You could literally walk into this movie cold, experience the magic, and then if you're hooked, and trust me you will be, you've got hundreds of episodes waiting for you. That's not a threat, that's a promise of endless entertainment. The animation studio has been dropping hints about enhanced fight choreography. And if you know anything about the Yoshiwara arc, you know we're in for some absolutely spectacular battles. Jintoki vs. Housen is one of those fights that fans still talk about years later, and seeing it with a theatrical budget and modern animation techniques? That's going to be something special. We're talking sakuga that'll make your eyes water, not just from the emotional weight, but from the sheer beauty of the animation. So mark your calendars, set your reminders, and start mentally preparing yourselves, because February 13th, 2026 is going to be a day to remember. Whether you're a longtime Gintama fan or someone curious about what all the hype is about, the Yoshiwara in Flames movie is shaping up to be one of 2026's must-see anime events. That's all for today's update, everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay awesome!